Global Corporation has come out with a GC-73 model semi-automatic dial penetrometer, which is an analog version of a penetration. Here you can see dial on the right side and the control box of the same thing coupled with the timer on the left side. First of all, you have to on the unit on. So the unit is on and the penetration is to be done for 5 seconds. It has been already set to the 5 seconds. The red signal shows the time over the previous whatever the penetration has been done. That is indicated by the red signal, which is the time over. First of all, you have to do the calibration. For that, you have to keep the calibration block beneath the plunger. See, that is a plunger. That is a plunger. You have to take to the top position, that is called the home position, when the plunger touches to the rack. This is the rack, which is mounted at the top. Now the rack is fitted over here and this is called the plunger. Plunger is touching to the base of the rack. At that time, the red light is glowing and the pointer should coincide to 0. That means your home position is very correct and the pointer coincides to 0. Then you have to do the calibration with the standard block. You have to give the standard block at the base of the plunger. See, we are keeping some solid block and we are keeping block. You have to meet the top rack so that the penetrometer goes to the upward direction, and you have to keep the standard SS block, which is already been measured in a millimeter. Now the block is kept beneath the plunger base. Now you have to move the top knob, so that the plunger base is just touching to the head of the SS block, that is the standard block, and you have to see it is touching properly or not by moving with the hand. So this is the height of penetration. The measurement of this block is already been taken with the vernier calipers. You have to remove that block slowly. Similarly, at that time you see that the dial should coincide to 0, and this authentic reading is what? There is no gap between the plunger and the rack. You have to remove the standard block and start the timer after pressing the reset button. You have to start. See, the timer is moving and the coil is actually the plunger is getting down. Whatever the height was, the block is there, it goes to, because this is a solid block, it will not go beyond that. Now you have to measure the penetration or the height of the block by pressing the rack from the top. You see, the moment it touches to the base of this solid piece, it is again touching to the solid place and the light is glowing. That means this is authentic reading and the pointer coincides to the standard block, whatever the block of the distance is there. We have already calibrated that. And then slowly you have to remove your hand so the pointer goes to its original position. Time is already being there 5 seconds and the pointer goes to its original position. Now for second reading, you have to take this plunger to the top. See that the light is glowing properly. That means there is no gap between the rack of this penetration and the plunger. That means, and the pointer coincides to 0. This is the perfect reading. Now you have to keep the sample below these things. Now you have to move you have to fix your cone to the base of the plunger. See, you are fixing the base. You have to tighten it. Now this is what here I am showing, this container where you have to fill the sample. There should not be, the sample is to be filled to the total height of this container, and you have to hammer it so that there is no air bubble or no, it should be very dense, you know. So after filling this sample in the container, you have to keep this container on the penetrometer base stands, and now actually we are taking the penetration dial to the top side, and you have to see that this pointer of this cone should just touch to the surface of this sample, and you have to keep your light on. Here I am making the light on, so the light is glowing, and you have to adjust this height and see that the tip of the cone should touch just to the sample, and then you have to start penetration. So for penetration, फिर क्या करना, ये थोड़ा नीचे ऐसा हाथ से पकड़ना, ये थोड़ा नीचे जाना पड़ता है, मैं चालू करते हैं. Now you have to make the unit on. You have to start the penetration. First you have to press always reset button, and then you have to start. See, the cone is going down. Of course I have done with the hand. Now the cone is penetrated inside this sample. Now whatever the penetration is, you have to measure the penetration. Just press the rack from the top. See that it is just touching to the plunger head. This is the plunger head, and the light is glowing. Now the pointer, whatever it coincides, that is the penetration of the given sample. Like that, you have to take 4 to 5 readings only with the cone, and then you have to add the 50 grams weight on the total, and after that you have to again take 5 to 10 readings. Again you have to remove that, you have to add 100 grams, so total 100 grams plus 50 grams and the weight of the cone and the plunger. Like that you have to see the consistency of the penetration. Thank you.